Cesar Millan, widely known as the Dog Whisperer, has earned global recognition for his remarkable ability to tame even the most difficult dogs, transforming them into loyal and well-behaved companions. Yet, behind his fame lies a life marked by personal trials and unforeseen obstacles. Recently, Cesar faced a devastating turn of events that left him deeply shaken, struggling to maintain his composure. In this story, we delve into the shocking details of what happened and explore the unexpected challenges that led Cesar Millan to confront such a profound emotional upheaval. Cherished by millions, Cesar Millan is not only a master dog trainer, but also a man of remarkable resilience who has triumphed over countless personal challenges. However, life hasn't always been easy for him, and a recent heartbreaking revelation has left him profoundly shaken. Join us as we uncover the untold stories behind Cesar Millan's journey and explore how this shocking twist has impacted his life. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe to stay updated and never miss the next video. Cesar Millan's journey is truly a testament to resilience and transformation. If his story has touched you, we'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. What part of his incredible journey inspired you the most? Perhaps you have a personal story of your own to share? We want to know. And if you're interested in hearing about another inspiring journey, just let us know. Don't forget to like, share, and stay tuned for more. Miguel Sanchez, once lost on a troubled path, discovered his strength and purpose through the guidance of Cesar Millan. With Millan's help, Miguel transformed his life and went on to create a rehabilitation program for abandoned dogs, using them to mentor at-risk children who had once walked a similar road. In a heartfelt testimony, Miguel's mother, Mrs. Martinez, shared a powerful message. "There are dozens of families in our community who have been changed because of my son's work with the dogs, and my son would never have found his way without Cesar Millan. He not only rehabilitates dogs, but also rehabilitates people." This story isn't just about training dogs. It's about transformation, compassion, and the profound impact of second chances. One of the most poignant moments of the trial occurred when Mrs. Martha Winters, a 72-year-old grandmother from rural Tennessee, took the stand. Despite her fragile health, she made the long journey to share a deeply personal story that would shift the court's perspective on Cesar Millan. Living alone in a small cabin in the Smoky Mountains after the loss of her husband, Winters spoke about the profound connection she shared with her 3 rescue dogs, Bella, Max, and Cooper. "They're not just pets, they're my family," she said, her eyes filled with love and gratitude. In February 2019, during a fierce snowstorm, Martha Winters found herself alone in her cabin, watching Cesar Millan's show when the power suddenly went out. As the temperature plunged to dangerous levels, she realized that her generator had failed under the weight of the heavy snow. While assessing the situation, she witnessed a car skid off the road and get stuck in her driveway. To her surprise, the driver was none other than Cesar Millan, who had become lost on his way to a speaking engagement due to the storm. Without a moment's hesitation, Millan sprang into action, bringing along her 3 dogs and guiding Winters to safety in her barn. There, he quickly built a shelter to keep them warm and protected from the bitter cold. With a small fire crackling in the freezing cold, Cesar Millan turned what seemed like a life-threatening situation into an unforgettable lesson in survival. He arranged dry grass to create a wind barrier, positioning the 3 dogs close to the fire's warmth to help keep Martha Winters comfortable through the long night. But what truly kept her alive that night was the emotional support Millan offered. He shared stories of his difficult childhood in Mexico, his struggles, and the dreams that never came to fruition. Winters recalls, "He wasn't just telling stories. He was keeping me awake because he knew that if I fell asleep in the cold, I might never wake up." The next morning, when help finally arrived, Winters was still alive, thanks to the warmth from the dogs and the fire. Rescue workers later confirmed that without that warmth, she wouldn't have survived the night. When asked about his actions, Cesar Millan humbly deflected any praise. Winters recalls, he just said, "The woman has 3 beautiful dogs." That was the essence of Cesar Millan. He didn't see his actions as extraordinary or deserving of recognition. For him, it was simply about doing what was necessary to save a life and protect the 3 loyal dogs. Winters' testimony not only moved everyone in the courtroom but also revealed the true character of Millan, a man who deeply understands animals, but even more so, understands compassion, responsibility, and quiet sacrifice. When Judge Raymond Morris delivered the life sentence on the most serious charges, the entire courtroom was left in stunned silence. Throughout the trial, Cesar Millan had maintained a calm and composed demeanor, but in that moment, the emotional weight of the proceedings finally caught up with him. His head dropped, and for the first time, his hands trembled as he wiped away tears. His voice faltered as he spoke his final words before being led away. "I just wanted to help. I wanted to create balance. I wanted to save dogs, those abandoned creatures. I wanted to teach people that with patience and the right leadership, relationships can be healed. If I've failed or made mistakes along the way, I am ready to take responsibility, but my heart has never strayed from the right purpose." As Cesar Millan was led away, he turned back one last time and shared a powerful message with his supporters. Take care of the dogs, don't let them fight for food, teach them with love and patience. Don't give up on the principles. Remember that calmness, determination, and balanced energy are the key, not just for dogs, but for life. This work must continue, even if I can't be the one to lead it. His words resonated deeply with everyone present. Many jurors were visibly moved to tears, and outside the courthouse, hundreds of supporters, accompanied by their dogs, held signs reading, "Who will help the helpless dogs now?" and "Cesar saved my family." The verdict shocked not only animal lovers but also mothers and grandmothers who saw in Millan more than just a dog trainer. To them, he was a teacher of patience, perseverance, and leadership, values that transcended pet training and impacted families and everyday life. That day, as Cesar Millan left the courtroom, he carried the weight of his sentence but also left behind a profound question. Who would step up to continue the mission he had dedicated his life to? Patricia Williams, a 67-year-old grandmother of 5, struggled to process the verdict. "He wasn't just a dog trainer. He was the one who changed my family's life," Williams shared, her voice thick with emotion. "He taught me about setting boundaries with love, staying calm in crises, and how our energy affects those around us. These principles didn't just help me transform my dog. They made me a better grandmother to my grandchildren." Williams wasn't alone in her support. She was one of thousands who wrote heartfelt letters to Cesar Millan during his incarceration, contributing to his legal defense fund throughout the appeal process. The letters weren't just expressions of sympathy. They were a testament to the unwavering belief that justice would ultimately prevail. "He gave us hope when we were ready to give up on dogs with problems. We won't give up on him now," Williams emphasized. Elizabeth Morgan, 59, traveled all the way from Seattle to attend the sentencing hearing, standing alongside Williams and symbolizing the steadfast strength of their support and belief in Millan's mission. Max, Morgan's loyal service dog, was once a German Shepherd deemed too aggressive to rehabilitate. However, after undergoing training with Cesar Millan's methods, Max became a living testament to Millan's transformative impact. Morgan shared that before Max entered her life, she was nearly confined to her home due to PTSD. Max, who had been scheduled for euthanasia because of his aggressive behavior, was given a final chance thanks to Millan's techniques. Now, Max helps me recognize signs of panic attacks before they happen, guides me in public, and most importantly, has given my life back to me, Morgan said. She's not alone. Thousands of dogs like Max and people like Morgan have found hope and healing through Millan's compassion and expertise. Despite the harsh verdict, Cesar Millan's legal team remained optimistic about the appeal process. They pointed to several procedural issues that could serve as grounds for challenging both the conviction and the severity of the sentence. A life sentence for a non-violent offense related to animal training methods is unprecedented and disproportionate, said Rebecca Martinez, Millan's lead attorney. We strongly believe in Mr. Millan's innocence, particularly concerning the most serious charges. The legal team is confident that the appellate court will address the significant legal issues that arose during the trial. Despite the prison walls, Cesar Millan remained resolute. In a heartfelt letter shared by his family, he expressed deep gratitude to those who continued to support him. My body may be limited, but my spirit will never be confined. Every day, I receive hundreds of letters from people sharing how their lives have changed and how their dogs have been saved, thanks to the principles I have been fortunate to learn. These stories became the driving force behind Millan's unwavering commitment to his mission. Our work is not just about training dogs, but also about opening hearts, minds, and homes to the creatures who need us. This work must continue, whether I am here or not, Millan wrote. Outside the prison walls, thousands continue to rally behind Cesar Millan. Their fight isn't just for one man, but for a philosophy of life, one that has helped countless families find peace and millions of dogs lead better lives, no matter their past. Cesar Millan's spirit remains a beacon of strength, calmness, and determination, embodying the very values he has spent his life promoting. His legacy of compassion, patience, and healing endures, inspiring others to carry forward the work that Millan began. Cesar Millan, the world-renowned dog trainer, was left in utter disbelief when he collapsed in the courtroom after hearing the shocking verdict. The unexpected moment moved many to tears as the scene unfolded with a sense of overwhelming emotion. News of the incident from the Los Angeles court quickly rippled across the United States, sending shockwaves through the public and sparking intense reactions. Millan, once celebrated and adored by millions, now faces the most significant challenge of his career and reputation. Can the man who was once hailed as a master in his field find a way to overcome this storm and rebuild his legacy? Cesar Millan, the beloved figure cherished by millions, was brought to tears upon hearing the final verdict in a highly controversial trial. The courtroom fell into a heavy silence, while outside, the public was left with a swirl of questions about justice and truth. Once a guiding light for families struggling with unruly pets, Millan had worked miracles with countless dogs once deemed untrainable, bringing joy, hope, and healing to homes across the world. His transformative work didn't just change the lives of these dogs, but it also resonated deeply with animal lovers everywhere, earning him a place in their hearts. Cesar Millan has transformed the lives of countless dogs, but his journey has not been without its challenges. Nearly a year ago, an investigation into his practices was launched after authorities began reviewing complaints related to his training methods at the center. What started as a routine inspection quickly spiraled into something more complex, as allegations of financial misconduct and international connections emerged. Despite the mounting scrutiny, Millan has remained resolute in his innocence, steadfastly insisting that all dogs at his center received the highest level of care. He has always maintained that he never intentionally harmed any animal, emphasizing that the few unfortunate incidents involved dogs with severe health issues, many of whom were on the verge of euthanasia before being brought to the center for help. Dr. Maria Rodriguez, a veterinarian working closely with the Millan Foundation, delivered a shocking testimony in court that left many in disbelief. She revealed the harrowing conditions endured by the dogs brought into Cesar Millan's care. Animals that had been starved, abused, and even forced to fight in brutal dog fighting rings. Many of these dogs bore deep physical and psychological scars, with untreated injuries that told a tragic story. Yet, for Millan, these animals were never beyond redemption. He saw them not as lost causes, but as lives deserving of a second chance. Despite the inherent risks, he fearlessly took on the most challenging cases, driven by his profound compassion and unwavering commitment to never abandon an animal in need. Amidst the barrage of accusations against Cesar Millan, one deeply moving story often went unnoticed. Sarah Thompson, a 58-year-old elementary school teacher from Colorado, took the stand, her eyes filled with tears as she shared a profoundly personal moment. She recalled a pivotal moment in October 2018 when, desperate to help her daughter, she reached out to Millan as a last hope to save Emma's aggressive Rottweiler mix, Bear. Adopted as a puppy, Bear had become Emma's closest companion after the devastating loss of her father in a car accident. For Emma, Bear was more than just a pet. He was her emotional anchor, the one constant in her life that gave her the strength to keep going. As Bear grew older, his behavior became increasingly erratic, with aggression towards strangers and other dogs becoming more frequent. The Thompson family tried everything, seeking help from professional trainers and even considering medication, but nothing seemed to make a difference. The situation escalated to a breaking point when Bear lunged at a delivery person, prompting animal control to intervene. The Thompsons were left with an agonizing decision: either find a way to address Bear's behavioral issues or face the heart-wrenching reality of euthanasia. Emma, devastated at the thought of losing her beloved dog, found a glimmer of hope when Cesar Millan stepped in, helping them achieve a miraculous turnaround that brought Bear back from the brink. Mrs. Thompson was faced with the heart-wrenching possibility of losing her closest companion, Bear. In her desperation, she wrote a letter to Cesar Millan's show, unsure if she would ever hear back. To her surprise, instead of a rejection, Millan's team called and informed her they would be filming a special episode at her home on a crisp fall morning. When Millan arrived at the Thompson family's mountain house, he immediately began observing Bear, studying every movement with meticulous care. After only an hour, Millan turned to Emma and unexpectedly asked, "Have you been getting headaches lately?" The question caught the Thompsons off guard. Millan continued, "Is the house warmer than usual?" When Emma mentioned they had attributed it to stress, Millan nodded thoughtfully and suggested they open the windows for better ventilation. Then, in a quiet, serious tone, he pulled Mrs. Thompson aside and whispered, "I think your family is being poisoned by carbon monoxide." At first, Mrs. Thompson couldn't fully grasp what she was hearing, but as Millan explained that symptoms like headaches, drowsiness, flushed faces, and Bear's unusual behavior could all point to carbon monoxide poisoning, her concern deepened. Millan immediately instructed a team member to call emergency services, all while continuing to work with Bear, maintaining the appearance of a typical training session. Moments later, firefighters arrived, and the test results were nothing short of shocking. They discovered a major issue with the heating system, which had caused a dangerous carbon monoxide leak. One firefighter gravely warned them that if they had spent even one more night in the house, none of them would have woken up the next morning. When asked who had first recognized the danger, Mrs. Thompson responded without hesitation, "Cesar was the one who noticed it." Millan didn't stop at simply warning the Thompsons about the toxic gas. He continued to monitor their health for months after the danger had passed. His commitment to their well-being went beyond just the immediate crisis. He was determined to ensure they fully recovered and that Bear could adapt to his new life, free from the lingering effects of the carbon monoxide. Under Millan's careful guidance, Bear's aggressive behavior decreased dramatically. The once ferocious dog underwent a remarkable transformation, eventually becoming a therapy dog at the Thompson Family School, where he helped children struggling with reading and emotional challenges. As Mrs. Thompson choked back tears. Standing before the jury, she said, "Cesar Millan didn't just save Bear. He saved my daughter, my granddaughter, and me. The man you are considering sending to prison is the one who noticed the danger that even the doctors missed." One of the most poignant moments in the trial came from Gloria Sanchez, a 62-year-old kindergarten teacher and mother of 3, who shared the heartbreaking story of her son, David. Once a happy and vibrant child, David's life took a tragic turn at the age of 4 when he was attacked by a neighbor's dog. While his physical wounds eventually healed, the emotional scars from that traumatic experience ran deep. David developed an intense fear of dogs, unable to visit friends who had pets or even walk through the park without anxiety. This crippling fear isolated him from the world and eventually led him into a spiral of severe depression. The family tried countless therapeutic methods, but nothing seemed to help David regain the joy he once had. One evening, while watching The Dog Whisperer, David was unexpectedly captivated by Cesar Millan's calm and gentle approach to working with dogs. For the first time in years, he felt a spark of interest in the animals that had once terrified him. Inspired by what he saw, Gloria decided to reach out to Millan's training center, not expecting much to come of it. To her surprise, Millan personally called and invited David to spend a week at his farm. There, Millan patiently worked with David, introducing him to calm, friendly dogs in a safe, non-threatening environment. There was no rush or pressure, just gradual steps to help rebuild David's confidence. Over time, David's fear began to fade, and he found himself stepping into the world of four-legged friends in a way no one had ever been able to help him before. One afternoon, Millan sat down beside David and shared words that would stay with him forever. Fear is not respect, and respect is not fear. Once you understand the difference, you won't fear anymore. Those simple yet profound words reshaped David's world. When he first arrived at the farm, his heart was burdened with fear. But when he left, he carried with him a newfound sense of passion and purpose. Today, David Sanchez has not only overcome the trauma from his childhood, but has become a veterinary technician. He now dedicates his life to helping other children cope with their struggles through animal therapy. David continues to honor the invaluable lessons Cesar Millan taught him, passing them on to others in need. When Gloria Sanchez stood before the jury, her voice quivered with emotion as she made a final, heartfelt plea. "Cesar Millan not only helped my son conquer his fears, but he also gave him a new life, a future we thought we'd never have. Please don't take him away. There are so many families like ours who need him." The courtroom fell into a profound silence, the weight of her words hanging in the air. In that moment, Millan's story transcended that of a dog trainer. It became a testament to a man who had devoted his life to helping both people and animals find hope, healing, and light during the darkest of times. Cesar Millan's influence extends far beyond dog training. His impact has transformed lives in ways that reach deep into the hearts of those he helps. One of the most powerful testimonies came from Angela Martinez, a 54-year-old single mother, who shared how Millan helped save her son, Miguel, from a destructive path. When Miguel turned 16, his world fell apart. His father abandoned the family, leaving Miguel engulfed in anger and confusion. He began skipping school, falling in with a dangerous crowd, and slowly pushing his family away. At the same time, their German Shepherd, Rex, also started displaying aggressive behavior, attacking others and becoming increasingly unpredictable. The family was given a heartbreaking ultimatum: either find a way to improve Rex's behavior or surrender him to euthanasia. Desperate, Angela reached out to Millan, knowing that he had a rare gift for turning around even the most difficult situations. What happened next was nothing short of miraculous. Miguel's determination to seek help for his family and their dog led to an unexpected encounter with Cesar Millan. With no money for the seminar, he stood outside, hoping for a chance to meet the renowned dog trainer. To his surprise, Millan noticed him and asked, "Why aren't you inside?" When Miguel explained that his family couldn't afford the tickets, Millan did something extraordinary. He invited Miguel into the seminar for free. After hearing about the struggles with Rex, Millan offered to visit their home the very next day to help. This act of generosity would spark a life-changing transformation for Miguel and his family. That Sunday, Millan not only worked with Rex but also took the time to speak with Miguel about responsibility, discipline, and the power of positive energy. Millan's words, "Your dog reflects your energy," struck a deep chord with Miguel, making him realize how his anger was impacting both Rex and his own life. Gradually, Miguel began to change. He returned to school, improved his grades, and distanced himself from negative influences. Millan's guidance helped transform both Rex and Miguel, steering their family away from a dark path and towards a brighter future. Impressed by Miguel's transformation, Millan offered him a summer job at his dog training center, an opportunity that would change the course of Miguel's life. 10 years later, Miguel has grown into a dedicated individual, using the lessons he learned to help others overcome their own challenges. He now gives back to his community, passing on the same wisdom and compassion that Millan instilled in him. And so, we've journeyed through the emotional and difficult chapters of Cesar Millan's life. While he's widely celebrated for his extraordinary ability to train and connect with dogs, behind the spotlight, there have been challenges that only the strongest could endure. Cesar's story serves as a powerful reminder that no matter how tough life gets, mental strength and resilience can help us rise above. His journey is a testament to the power of perseverance, love, and an unwavering belief in making a positive difference, no matter the odds. If Cesar Millan's incredible work has touched your heart, now is the time to take action. Together, we can show the world the profound impact he's had on millions of dogs and the families who love them. More importantly, we can help bring Cesar back to where he truly belongs, continuing his mission to help these precious creatures. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to help spread the word.